So I've lived around the country, and my background's in theater. I went to Montreal to Concordia University to study theater design when I was in my 20s, and then I moved to Terrace, BC, just like a little town which you probably all know on the West Coast. And I opened 2 businesses there. I opened a coffee shop, which kind of became a hub for the arts in our community. All the musicians and artists and people passing through would do shows and things like that. So I ran that for about 10 years, and then I also opened a clothing store down the street. And then when I got divorced, I decided to go back to theater. So I went back to University of Victoria and took my master's in lighting design. And from there, after I finished that, I felt like I was kind of a master of nothing. A lot of things had changed while I was out of the industry, mainly computers. And I did a residency after that at National Theatre School with a couple of stops at the Banff Centre. And from National Theatre School, I ended up as the director of production at the Globe Theatre in Regina. So, and that was a producing house. So we would produce and show about 6 main stage shows a year in the theatre in the round, and 3 independents, which would be in our smaller theatre, our black box theatre for younger artists or new plays. And when this job came up, I really wanted to move back to a small community, and arts jobs are few and far between in smaller areas. So I was actually looking to come back to BC and to come back to a smaller community. So when this job came up, I thought it was great. So here I am. I was actually really impressed. One of my first stops was to come into the gallery here, and you guys had the print show up, a bunch of print artists in town, and the breadth of work and the talent was really quite amazing. And I think sometimes it was hard to find the art in town at first when I got here, but like being here longer and longer, there's so many artists, all kinds, musicians, dancers, visual artists. Like it's pretty incredible how much talent we actually have here in Fort St. John. A lot of our artists, our visual artists, are professional, level artists, which isn't something you see in a lot of small communities. So that's pretty an exciting thing here. And a lot of young artists. Like we collaborated on the pop-up show together, and so it was really amazing to see all these emerging artists who were really interested in learning. And also most recently with the Pride show, so just having community members contribute as well. So I think there's an interest here, a big interest in it.
So when did you start the job?
I started in September.
September.
Yeah, so I haven't been here very long. I'm still just learning the community, very much so. And I'm a 1-person department. Hopefully next month I'm a 2-person department, which will be really exciting for me to have a little bit of help. So.
And
I think, when I first got here, I really just started phoning people and trying to figure out who was here and who was in this community. I really believe that our job as the city isn't to create the art, it's to support the art. We're not artists. And so finding out how we could do that, trying to talk to people and understand what people were looking for and what they needed or what they wanted. So that's kind of an ongoing journey, though. That's a never ending. I know I reached out and talked to you and came in, and Richard Bell was at the gallery at the time, and we decided to try the pop-up in a different space, because the one thing I did hear a lot was...
So what's the pop-up?
The pop-up was kind of twofold. So we have a lot of empty space in town. We have a lot of artists that want to show in town, and that was the one thing I heard, that people didn't have the space to exhibit, also didn't have the space to produce, but I wasn't as lucky finding spaces for the long term. We did manage to secure 1 studio space with the Northern Grand Hotel, who they donated their space for a month.
So it was basically a shop that was unoccupied, and they were okay to give it to.
Exactly. Okay. And then we had another space that they gave us to do a show of emerging artists, and then Richard, who was here at the gallery, and Samantha, Wigglesworth curated the show, and she's an emerging artist who's in art school right now. So they were able to put that show on together with some younger members of the community.
And that was quite a success.
It was a great success, yeah. And a great collaboration. So that was really great too, to be able to work with you, yeah, and the gallery. I don't know, and from there, so many things. We've got a diversity and grant program coming out right now. I got to come and help with the lights for a Nutcracker.
Right, yes.
Yeah, what other things have there been? The Pride pop-up.
Yeah.
And then there's a number of things we're working on. We're doing a musical theater camp this summer in collaboration with Stage North. Kind of just building the first year, then hopefully Stage North will take it and run with it in the coming years if that's something that they're interested in doing. Yeah. But I think the big part of my first 7 months here, 8 months here, has been trying to listen. Trying very hard to listen to find out what it is that we need and what direction we need to go.
And what's your point of view?
No, I'm not quite sure yet. We have an arts and culture master plan. We just granted a contract to a company that's going to come and help us create our arts and culture master plan. So I think the next 6 months working with them, there's the reason we chose them was they were really interested in community consultation and had a lot of experience in placemaking and really listening to the community. And that's the direction I think we really need to go in when we look at our arts and culture master plan. I'm really hoping for something that can be community driven. So more listening and more discovering where it is and what direction we want to go in. We have the Arts Hub. The Arts Council has, just gotten consultants to come in and look at the possibility of an arts hub. So I think that's a conversation as far as where the Arts Council is going and how we work together on that vision and what that means as well. Okay. So I'm hoping that plan will really guide us.
Sure.
As to...
So is there a time frame for that master plan?
Well, we're hoping it will be done after Christmas next year, but I'm not going to... Okay, I'm going to say that loosely. I think it's incredibly important. If we want people to stay in our community, artists to stay in our community and contribute to the community, and we want the community to be able to come and see people's artistic expressions, I think it's vital. So, and arts aren't always funded in the same way. We're not very commercial in Canada. A lot of things are funded through the Arts Council. So, and then there's that argument back and forth about what's professional and what's not professional, which, you can get into at length. We have a very professional gallery here, which is really an exciting thing. So, which a lot of communities I don't think have a space as nice as this. So, but yeah, I believe I think it's vital. It's a part of our culture. I'm super happy to be here in this community, and I really appreciate kind of the warm welcome and people talking and sharing and being open to new ideas. I think everyone's got so many great ideas. I've heard murals so many times, so now I have to actually take the time to get everyone that I've talked to together in one room, hoping to form a committee, sort of a mural committee, so we can move forward with things like that. So. Yeah, I'm just really excited to move forward with the master plan and start consulting and talking to everybody in the community about the direction that we need to go in.